And welcome to Champaign, home of the Illini, gearing up for year 2 under Lovie Smith. The debut, a bit of a struggle for Smith's Illini, just 3 wins, their 5th straight losing season, but plenty of optimism in the air here as a talented group of young players looks to step in. And with that, we welcome you to Champaign, the penultimate stop on our tour of the Big Ten.
You know what that is now, don't
Absolutely. You
right.
better know.
I knew it the first time he said it like 100 years ago.
Dave Preston, Gerry and Howard, Howard Griffith, optimism in the air, fellas.
Yeah, no doubt. Everybody knows the routine. It's typical second year, right, when the coach and the players get the routine. Everyone understands each other. So it was pretty smooth.
I think that's the important part. You talk about the routine. You can also talk about expectations as far as the players are concerned with the coaches. They know exactly what's needed from them, and they're expected to come out and work hard each and every day in practice.
And again, a tough debut for Lovie Smith, no doubt. I mean, 3 wins. Injuries, to me, were a huge part of that. It seemed like as soon as they would get some momentum, key players would get banged up. That being said, I mean, you can never take that totally out of the equation, but year 1 to year 2, what are the biggest changes you've seen here?
Well, offensively, I think they're going to change style because Chase Crouch is no doubt he's a dual threat guy, so I think that changes. I think we'll see more young players. They're very excited about their freshman class. They keep saying on offense they didn't miss on one player. Every player that they signed is a good player, and there's some defensive linemen. Other than that, I didn't see much change. I mean, you know, Lovie's not a guy that you think about change when you think about Lovie Smith, right? So the process is the same. The players are a little bit younger, and the offense is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, it's no question he believes in the system, and you can see as the players move around the field that they also believe in the system. It's really about going out and being able to execute. And you talk about being in the system for a second year, you know, whether it's behind the scenes, whether it's on the field, it's about that execution and being comfortable, at least more comfortable with what those expectations are from the sideline.
This was one of just 8 teams in the nation last year to average fewer than 20 points per game. They need to get better on offense. Did you see some incremental improvement there?
I think the quarterback, I think Crouch gives them a chance to be better. I think they're explosive in the backfield. They feel good about their talent on the flank. And I think the offensive line, you know, when Garrett says they're going to have 7 or 8 guys ready to play, that's a pretty good number. I think more important than anything, you open up against Ball State and you open up against West Kentucky. That's an opportunity to really show improvement.
And you talk about some of those young guys. They're going to have to get up to speed really quickly. And that's one of the problems with young guys. They're going to go out and make mistakes, but I think as long as they make those mistakes going full speed, you know, that's a bonus. You can coach that up. But they're going to need those young guys, particularly when you talk about being out on the flank, and that's on the offense and the defensive side that are going to have to come up with huge plays for this team this year.
We'll break down that personnel here a little bit more in a bit. You mentioned the schedule, Gerry, and I'll tell you, look at a schedule 5-6 years out and you say, all right, you know, Ball State, Western Kentucky, South Florida. But Western Kentucky and South Florida both won double-digit games a year ago. So it is going to be challenging for the Illini as they try to get off to a good start, get some momentum heading into conference play.